All right, Sixer Nation, we may have just gotten the best off-season workout video from the Sixers and Paul George. This one will send a chill down your spine. You don't want to miss it. Also, did the Sixers just leak their new City Edition jerseys? The fans seem to be a little bit irritated by it. And ESPN ranked their top 6 teams in the East and predicted where they will finish. And I do not agree with where they put the Sixers. I will tell you why. But of course, welcome into Philly Take with RB, presented by BetUS. I'm RB. You know what to do. Like the show if you enjoy the content. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially less than 1 month away from our first preseason game. We will be breaking it all down, whether it's during the game, after the game. Maybe we'll do a video. I want to let all my loyal, diehard subscribers and viewers of the Game Day Show know that we will be back this season, but we're adding on even more segments. So we'll be live during the entire game this season, but we'll also have pre and post game shows as well. A lot of more coverage on the way. Be sure to stay tapped in. We need to talk about this jersey because this thing is surfacing on the web today. And Aiden Laporta puts it here on Twitter via Casey Vitelli. This may be the new Sixers City Edition jersey. What do we think? If you remember, what was it, 3 years ago, 2021, they had the blue Spectrum jersey, and this feels like an exact inverse, an exact opposite. Now it's white, still have the Spectrum colors, but what do we think? I want Sixer Nation to give me a thought down below on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. What would you rate this as the City Edition jersey for this year? Here is Pearl Jam rocking it last night. This is why it started to surface. And I'm guessing this was at the Wells Fargo Center, but there it is in action. That's a Tyrese Maxey City Edition jersey. And then we got a Tyrese Maxey jersey swap, courtesy of Jersey X Swap. And they put it on Tyrese Maxey. What do we think? Give me your thoughts on this down below. I think I like it. It's nice, but I still really want the black alternate jerseys. I really wanted that to be the City Edition jersey, especially when they teased it with Tyrese Maxey at his celebration. We need to talk about Paul George because, ladies and gentlemen, this video that I am going to show you will send a chill down your spine. This is the best one yet. I don't know if it's because the Sixers admin put a little, music in the background. Feels like I'm watching a movie. You know that scene in a movie where somebody's about to get got, and it sends a little bit of goosebumps through you. It sends a little bit of chills. And this was the best one yet. But ladies and gentlemen, before we do that, I got to let you know that this is brought to you by BetUS. As a matter of fact, they have Paul George Clutch Player of the Year odds right now at plus 6,000. So speaking of Paul George, I think he's going to help this team late in games. There will be times where he's called upon, right? All the attention will flock to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. And that's where Paul George is coming in for the final strike. I predict that he will have a couple game winners this season. And right now you can win big by going to BetUS using the code YouTube150. That will get you 150% deposit match bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 when you sign up with BetUS. So go ahead and check them out and put that moolah on Paul George being Clutch Player of the Year because he is going to be clutch for these Philadelphia 76ers. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this because, man, what a nice little compilation. Something we needed with no basketball on right now. Let's take a listen. It's the music for me, man. Nah, he's locked in. He is locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul George putting in work at the Sixers practice facility. What do you think? What can Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey do this year? I don't know, man. Shout out to the Sixers admin. That's a W right there. It just gave me like that eerie type of feeling, like somebody's about to strike on a rainy day, and it's going to be Paul George early in the season when he comes out with a bang. I cannot wait. Keep dropping this content. It is firing me up. I just came back from running a couple miles. I'm ready to run through the damn wall. Let's go, Sixer Nation. Couple other things we need to talk about. The ESPN insiders or analysts or whoever predicted the Eastern Conference standings, And here's what they have for this season. The Celtics, number 1, 61 wins. The Knicks, number 2, 53 wins. And the Sixers, 52 and 30 at number 3. Cavs, Bucks, Magic. Do you agree? Do you disagree? In my personal opinion, I would say that the Bucks may fall out of the top 6. I think they may be 5 or 6, though. I don't see the Magic being top 6. I would probably throw the Pacers in here. I think the Heat could be a candidate. And matter of fact, maybe a little bit of a sleeper team could be the Raptors, even though their fans are nauseating. They had a bad year last year. They did acquire some really good, superb young talent. And I like the Raptors roster. I like how they'll be playing. Maybe they can take a jump this year. I don't think they'll be top 6, but they could sneak up at least into the top 8. So overall, I would say this is a decent top 6 list, but the Sixers at number 3, I'm going to have to disagree with that. I predicted their record a few weeks ago. I said they're going to go 56 and 26, but I think that will be good enough to get them the number 2 seed. I would still have Boston slated in the top seed. I think they'll win 60 games again. They brought their whole damn roster back, but with the Sixers adding Paul George and all these ancillary pieces and now having a perfectly constructed roster for the most part around Joel Embiid and a roster that actually makes sense, I think that they're going to give some of these teams a run for their money. And I think they can finish number 2 as long as nobody suffers a 3 or 4 month injury. The Knicks will be very good as well. Great playoff series last year, but they have all their eggs, it feels like, in one basket. They have to succeed now. And the New York Knicks, they don't have any wiggle room to make the roster better. Like if somebody goes down, they can't do anything. The Sixers at least have a couple trade chips, and I do believe that they will make the roster better in the first couple months before the trade deadline. Also, we take a look at the free agent list, the guys that are still available, right? We said that probably around the end of August, September, some of these guys would start to get paid. There was like no middle ground this summer. It felt like with the new CBA, the new restrictions, a lot of these guys would go unsigned until they accept minimums. But man, there's still a lot of guys available, right? Dennis Smith Jr., Landry Shamet, Oladipo, Warren, Juan Toscano, Doug McDermott. I mean, there's a lot of guys here. Shout out to Daniel House, Reggie Bullock, Thaddeus Young. Marcus Morris, ladies and gentlemen, is still a free agent. Marcus Morris, I would have loved to have him back in Philly. Who knows if they can eventually work something out. I don't even know if they can financially bring anybody in now. I mean, they are going into the season with an open roster spot, but Marcus Morris at some point down the road, it feels like it would be a great reunion. Robert Covington's still out there as well. And our guy Montrezl Harrell and a bunch of others as well. Jay Crowder as well. Lastly, Andre Drummond made an appearance today at Thomas H. Dudley Family School in Camden, New Jersey, where they're trying to move the Sixers arena to. For the Sixers back to school tip-off event, the crowd in the gym gave him a loud ovation. Shout out to Andre Drummond getting involved in the community. Love this guy. So happy to have him back, backing up Joel Embiid. He was the best backup in Joel Embiid's career to this point. He was a monster last year and was absolutely wasted because the Chicago Bulls refused to trade him at the deadline to the Sixers. So we'll see if he can come back. I'm sure the ovations will be just as loud on opening night when he checks in. But nonetheless, the Sixers slated to have a very good season, and it can't get here quick enough. Once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring our show. And ladies and gentlemen, give me all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you make of this team? How good can they be? What is their ceiling? Appreciate everybody tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.